Welcome to Project 4. In today's lesson, we're going to build an auxiliary view from reference planes. Now, the previous lesson, Lesson 3, we worked on folding plane lines and were able to get distances and depth to be able to draw the auxiliary view. This one is not much different in reference plane. You just don't have to use the fold plane lines. You just got to figure out where your reference plane is going to be. Now you can see my cursor up here on the screen, and you see this RP. That's their reference plane that they're using. Okay, this is the top view, and they're trying to get an auxiliary view for this this A, this this area right here on the top, and here in this auxiliary view. They're wanting to see it in true size, which you're seeing it right here in this auxiliary view. Now, it's on an inclined plane here. This is actually the edge view of it. You're seeing it in its full distance there, but you never see it if you were to go to the right side. You wouldn't see the true shape like you do on this. So the thing they did was they just made a reference plane from there to there, and they come over here. You put a line in there, and then it's not like what we did before with the reference plane, or with the fold plane line method. You don't have to get your distances correct and all that. All you do is just slap that line in there, and of course this is your primary auxiliary line, so this reference plane has to be parallel with this. Okay? And then of course it just folds out, and then you get this flat distance that shows the true shape of this. But all you got to do is just come up here off this reference plane, and D is your distance. Of course, there's your D. You just get your distance in, and then like we did earlier, you just project your lines up, and they just hit perpendicular, and then there's your object. Again, when we do auxiliary views, you got a hidden line there. Sometimes you can omit hidden lines and things like that in auxiliary views. You can put them in too, like they did here, and it's just going to be totally up to you. Just go ahead for the time being and put your hidden lines in there unless you're told otherwise. Now, on this one, you see how they're putting the reference plane right through the center of it? You can do that. Just come over here. This right here is my primary auxiliary view. They come over here. There's my RP. That's my reference plane. It's parallel between those two. And the only thing they do up here is they get the depth. They went, if it's right in the center, it'd be half and half to get that depth. So it's a good way of doing it. On this side over here, the reference plane is on the top side of their top view here, and they're trying to get this for C. So again, just throw that reference plane up there, and it's parallel to this edge view of C. And basically, you just take your dimensions off of that reference plane to get your depth, and you just add them on. And I'll show you this real quick in AutoCAD. I've got something set up here. It's a real simple little drawing. I've got the top, front, and right side, and I want to put my reference plane on this top side. No problem, right? All you have to do is just throw yourself a line in here. I'm just going to kick mine up here. Well, actually, I have to be parallel to that. I'm just going to offset. Let's see where 1.5 gets us. And like I said, it's probably not enough room. Let's go to 2. It doesn't really matter where you put it at on this as far as the distance away, just as long as they're parallel. Now, basically, I always like to do this, and I showed you that earlier, I like to stretch that line out just a little bit further, do an extend. Just grab that and that. A lot of software programs, parametric programs will do auxiliary views for you. Even the 3D AutoCAD will. So, but this is the manual way of doing it. And this is simply the way you do it on a drafting board. Come up here and hit that point, and make sure you're perpendicular to this line. Again, line. Make sure you're perpendicular to this line. I go ahead and I send all those up just like that. Now we just need our depths, and this is the easiest way to do that. Just come up here, measure from there to there, 1.4679. It's an odd number, but we'll use it. Offset 1.4679. Enter. Just click on this, offset it over, and now we just need to know what this distance is between this and this. 0.77, offset 0.77. Enter. Grab that and bring that in there just like that. Now it's just the basics of cleaning this thing up. And just use your trim. Come in here. And of course that would be left alone right there. And you can see this shape here. So, okay. This would all be cleaned up. I'll clean this out. Also, clean this up, and of course this would be gone, this would be gone, just like that. And I want to make sure that those are all on the same layer. And that primary auxiliary, you're seeing this. This is the true shape of that incline, which is this right here. That was our primary auxiliary line, or auxiliary plane that we were looking for. And this was our reference plane that we went off of, this back side here. And this is rather simple, but sometimes you get more complex and a lot more features in it, and this will really help you doing this method. But also, there's one more thing before I close out of here. You just make sure that come up here and hit perpendicular to there, and looks like those lines overlap, which they do. And of course, you all remember that when an object line and a center line, or a hidden line, they come together, always the object line takes precedence over top of that. Property, oh, I didn't change it. I can change it right here real quick. Hidden. And let's make that line type scale look a little better. Alright, there it is.